Hi, hello. This is a new video about one of the medical hypotheses mentioned in this article, and the article is published in 2006. It's sort of controversial journal and including medical hypotheses without research data or statistics, but you can see more profound and more interesting ideas. And this article is about title is The Case Against Evidence-Based Principles in Psychiatry, and the author is from the US, I guess, from New York. And it is cited like 18 times in total, and slightly popular article, not really, because it seems not very original, because but I think there are few articles really can be against evidence-based principles in psychiatry. Anyway, they always mention it as limitations somehow because it's very complicated. Psychiatry is indeed very complicated. Let's read the summary. There is an organized movement by governmental and academic and commercial interests to make evidence-based practice the standard of care in the United States. There is little proof that this model can be adapted to psychiatry. We examine the diagnostic system, the validity of the data from clinical trials, and how these are applied to clinical practice. The discipline of psychiatry relies on imprecise and unstable diagnostic criteria, and it divides psychiatric disorders into discrete categories based on discussion and consultations among designated experts in the field. The diagnostic system is based on consensus and not experimental evidence. In fact, psychiatric disorders are not discrete. High comorbidities between disorders and the propensity of one condition to change into another makes the present diagnostic system extremely questionable. Like, for example, they diagnose with one disorder, and then next time, if they go to 5 different psychiatrists, and then five psychiatrists indeed diagnose them differently. So then, what is the point? It turns into like which drugs work best. And to understand which drug works best, they have to wait for half a year, and it is too long and and expensive, I guess. Outcomes of clinical trials are defined by fractional reductions in number and severity of symptoms measured by rating scales and not remission of illness. The data obtained from clinical trials are flawed in design because of heterogeneousness, execution, and selective reporting of outcomes. There is substantial evidence to indicate that both investigators and patients can distinguish between active treatment and placebo in double-blind studies. In addition, negative outcomes are frequently not reported because those studies are not published well, so they don't prefer to write article. Such evidence impacts not only on the specific study used as evidence, but invalidates the value of meta-analysis. So because all the positive studies are included, and it looks like, wow, there is real positive, solid results. And also financial consideration led to the inclusion of inappropriate subjects into studies and favor never patented treatments. Yeah, because of maybe they don't have money, and then that's why they want to be volunteer for the experiment. When the conclusions derived from evidence-based psychiatry are applied to clinical practice, they have little to offer and often produce poor treatment outcomes. This is like when they say like increasing or decreasing the dose. Like, what is the point? Which articles you refer to? There's no article or something. They just do it by observational skills using. Yeah, there's no evidence indeed. In fact, when the data is used to support the principles of evidence-based psychiatry are examined, they are so unsound, the system itself is best considered an untested hypothesis. The diagnostic system, the manner in which data are gathered, and financial factors combine to produce a system that is misleading and indeed dangerous. Interesting. And this is like, I'm not sure, but I think he's not in the field of psychiatry. If he is, I think there will be many people criticizing him. Oh, he's in the field. So it still doesn't stop him from investigating further. Indeed, there are some solid results, but we shouldn't be that pessimistic, I guess. Some optimistic results about the treatment and methods. But anyway, and I think this criticism is not very unjust, and and then I wish to read full article, and that's all I want to say. Thank you very much for listening this video, and see you in the next video, and bye bye.